Hey guys, welcome back to some irregular clown content. Bailey here, recording maybe for the 5th, 6th time for this video because I keep on messing up and I don't know how to record and edit recordings. So I just keep on trying again because I'm very new and trash at this. Anyway, this is a 10 styles challenge, but instead of doing just like an original character, I just do Hello Kitty because I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty. I started off with the original Sunrise style, which is, you'd think it'd be easy to draw, but it's not. Like, with Hello Kitty's design, if you get like her nose or her eyes out of place, she looks just the worst. And I don't know how like official artists manage that. But then I move on to, the ever so popular Steven Universe style, the Rebecca Sugar style. And you've probably, like, if you like track my art, you probably noticed that this is fairly similar to my just like regular style. I do get a lot of inspiration from Rebecca Sugar and Steven Universe in general. It's mostly, the shapes and the large lips, which helps for like just really pleasing character design. And then I move on to the Pokemon anime style. I'm pretty sure this is from Sun and Moon, the anime. I haven't actually seen that. I think I watched like part of Black and White a few years ago, but I always just like start an anime and I forget. I do have the game. I didn't finish playing it because I am exceptionally bad at games. And my attention span is extremely just like the smallest. But yeah, like with this style, like it's a fairly it's much rounder than the old Pokemon style, which I think I used to draw in a little bit. But there is just something about this art style. It's very pleasing, but also it's hard to get down because I haven't drawn like anime in general for so long. I just haven't done those big eyes. I'm more used to just like that Steven Universe kind of like art style, the cartoony style. So with the whole like big open eyes, I'm just not used to it anymore. I really got to get back into it because I really do love an anime art style. But yeah, like as I'm drawing Hello Kitty, I keep on trying to like keep her design somewhat similar as each human version of her, but so you can tell it's like the same character, you can tell it's Hello Kitty, but also with features from each anime. Like this Hello Kitty, she has a skitty. Is that what it's called? Is it skitty? I'm pretty sure it's skitty. Yeah, skitty. And she has, the Pokeball collar, which I learnt that I can't draw Pokeballs, and the bag, and just so you can tell which fandom it was. And talking about fandoms, here's Homestuck. Now, despite everything, Homestuck is good, and the art style is just, I know there are several artists, like not just Andrew Hussey, worked on the comic. I'm pretty sure the sprites were drawn by were outsourced, I think, but I can't remember what artist. Like this was so many years ago. This was like from Obama time, so I don't exactly remember. But it's got the very I was gonna say 8-bit. That's very much not right. The pixely, they're sprites, so it's like pixely lines and stuff like that. Which when you work on a 3000 by 4000 pixel canvas, that's a little hard to get because the canvas is too big and the brush is too small, so you can't really see the pixels, so it just looks like a little pixeled. But yeah, with this, I've always loved the sprites from Homestuck. Not as much the first ones from the first game page, the first few ones. They were all a little ugly. They were all very ugly actually. But later on, towards the climax of the comic, they just they had so much character and they were so cute, especially the Rose one. This was mostly based off the Rose one. And then there was Lavender Town. Now, if you don't know Lavender Town, she is a YouTuber and comic artist. Her comic is called Unfamiliar, and it's about a little witch called Planchette moving into a new town, and it's just like, it is so good. I will link it in the description below along with her YouTube channel. Now, she has a very, very distinct art style, which I couldn't get the shading right. You'll see that later, but like the shading is so hard for me because I use different brushes and a different program. I use Clip Studio Paint. I'm pretty sure she uses Photoshop. But I love her art style and I love her YouTube videos. I take a lot of inspiration from them, and I'm hoping like to do not like super similar things, but she has like series like redrawing Disney characters and stuff like that, and like humanizing characters and stuff like that, and I've been wanting to do something similar like that, but I've also been wanting to do voiceovers from that, and you can probably tell by the quality, but I literally just have my phone between my legs recording this video. So like, recording videos is it's a little hard. It doesn't have very good quality either, but hopefully I can get to that soon. Anyway, the next style is Monster High. Now, I am very, very on the fence with Monster High art style because, let's face it, it's ugly, but I still like it. There's just something about it, like how punkish all the characters are. Like, Monster High, the dolls, they're dead. They have been officially murdered. I believe this year they were assassinated. But before that, they redesigned the dolls and they came with like a new series, which was hideous. Everything about it was hideous because they tried to make it, you know, more family friendly, I believe. Like they made everything softer. I believe there were dolls with like emoji dresses and they didn't have joints anymore. So Mattel was just killing itself at that point. But with the original art style, it's just so distinct. And the character designs are just so like, they're god awful. They're horrendous. But they're so good, like you can tell what they're supposed to be. But there's just like layers upon layers of fabric and pattern. It's just like, you've made it hard for yourself to animate this. So I try and copy that a little with like, you know, the patterns and stuff like that, and the weird streaks in the hair and the makeup, like the Bratz style makeup and those big lips, which I always just draw anyway. But like, it's so hard because they always just have so many features in a character design. Like, there's just so many patterns. It's like, you don't need this. I know you're designing dolls, but you don't need this. This is too much. You gotta learn when to stop. But I guess, you know, they were making dolls, so they wanted them to be nice and unique, which they were before they died completely. And now the next artist that I am stealing from is, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Madoka Kinoshita. She's a Japanese artist. She has a YouTube channel, so I'll link that in the description below. But she, like, you can probably see me constantly going back to the reference image, and that's an acrylic painting. She uses like masking fluid and masking tape to make these like large, beautiful acrylic paintings that just look like digital artwork, and I take massive inspiration from them. I actually have a very old painting of mine, which is basically just a copy of one of hers, to try and learn her art style, and I continue to try and like learn that kind of painting style, with my own style, of course, even though the way she draws eyes is just beautiful. But like, everything about her art is just so good. It's just so, it looks soft. It's like an artistic representation of a marshmallow. Like, it tastes good for my eyes. It's so nice. And I like wrote about her in university for my like art course and stuff like that. Like, I love this artist so much. Ever since I like discovered her on Tumblr a few years ago, I've just been obsessed with her art and just like trying my best to get to that level. And like you can tell, I am just struggling with these eyeballs because, as I said for the Pokemon one, it's been a hot minute since I've actually done anime, and these eyes are anime to the max. Like with all those shiny shit, it's obviously much harder to do it for acrylic paint because she has to use individual different colors, and I just use a like an overlay. But yeah, the next artist is, and I'm gonna pronounce this wrong also probably, Junji Ito or Ito. He's extremely well known, a horror manga artist. I adore his work. I have read all of Uzumaki. It killed me, but just this distinct penmanship. Also, as you can see, I tried to make the eye a little spooky by giving her like spider legs coming out of the mask, and I decided just real quick that I did not want to draw spider legs. And also, looking at this now, I do think I made her face a little tall, and her eyes maybe a little far apart, but then again, I did draw this over a year ago. Like, yeah, it's been over a year, it's December now, so, it's been like 13 months or something, 14 months, and I have improved since then, I'd like to think. So yeah, her face stuff is a little off. So is her hand. Like, I've said it once and I've said it again. It's not a Bailey drawing unless I have to move a finger when drawing a hand. And I always make arms so long. I'm too used to cartoon styles. Once I flip to this is like a very like semi-realistic manga style. Once I flip to this, it's just like, I don't know how anatomy works. I've never seen a person in real life. I don't know how their bodies work. But yeah, I've added the like the Uzumaki style hair curls, and I wanted to make it like a little scary, so I added all those the hashings and the eyes and stuff like that. Like, that's how he shades. And she's wearing a nice big Hello Kitty mascot head because she wasn't looking Hello Kitty enough. And like with Junji Ito's character designs, they're not like, unless they're a monster, they're not like super out there, or the characters look quite mundane and like believable as a person. So I didn't want to like have her hair and buns with bows and stuff like that, and like he doesn't use bright colors because it's manga, so it's like grey screen tones and stuff like that. So I just added the nice little mascot head, which I kind of want one, even though I'd probably die in it. Anyway, last is Danganronpa. Now, a few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, I can't remember, I was into Danganronpa. It really got me into digital art. It got me into like sprite edits. I did so many sprite edits. I even had a Tumblr ask blog. It was called Danganronpa Resort, and I had all these fan characters and stuff like that, but it was when I was like graduating year 11 or something, so I had to like kill that quick because I did not have time. But yeah, I was like obsessed with the anime when it first came out. I haven't seen the other animes, like only the first one, but I loved it. And I remember I really wanted to play the game despite the fact that I can't play games to save my life. But I really wanted to play Danganronpa 1. So I like downloaded a PSP emulator, and I had like a fan translated game, and like it was extremely laggy, and I never got past the first trial because it made me so stressed, because choice-based games and stuff like that stress me the hell out. Like, you would not believe. I have to do walkthroughs for like dating sims and stuff like that because I can't do it. I don't want to disappoint anyone, even in games. But yeah, you can like in the art, you can see I was just like struggling to get that skin tone right, because in Danganronpa they have like, it's a very washed out skin palette. I had to actually go off and find a picture of Asahina and color pick her skin tone, because they have like, it's such a washed out color palette, and they have that like fuzzy filter over the top of it, and there's just so many creases in all the clothing. It's just like, no wonder why you killed off Leon so soon. You didn't want to draw him anymore because you put so much effort into this character design. Sometimes not good effort. They're a little whack sometimes, but I love them anyway. But yeah, like, there is just so much going on with these character designs. And even though the eyes are so simple, it takes, like, a bit to get those, like, eyes right. But yeah, anyway, here I am adding the filter. I used to have the actual one, but I had to just, like, use the random filter. And here's all 10? It's 10, right? I'm gonna assume 10. All 10 Hello Kitties. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And sorry that I upload one video a year. Bye!